What's the crack? What's the bleeding story with my man Ola? Ola, how you doing, man?
Yeah, man, I'm good, brother. Thank you for inviting me back on the show again. Um, yeah, just going through the motions with our football club. Um, interesting game the other night, wasn't it? Interesting game.
Oh man. Well, first of all, you're always welcome on my channel, man. But yeah, it was interesting, and the thing about it is like the some of the fans out there are like great result and brilliant and all this, but Jesus, it was boring to watch. How did you find it?
Um, yeah, when the game kicked off, I caught the second game of the salute to you, Ty. Big up to you. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah,
Obviously I was working late that day, so I didn't catch all of the first half. But I was listening to the commentary on the way home, and it seemed like we scored against the run of play. Wolves was from what I was listening to. Wolves was they had a bit more intent in the first half, and they went after it a little bit in the first half, but to get the goal that we got was against the run of play. But all in all, look, I'll take the 1-0. Like I was saying on the stream with Ligona. Salute to Ligona. Big up my
yeah,
brother.
yeah.
He I was saying to him that I'll take this win whichever way it comes, because right now I haven't seen a goal, let alone a win.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole of January, man. Like, please, just give me
I
something. I'll
take
take it.
I take a bleeding own goal at this stage, never mind
You know what I
any
mean? Like,
goal.
I don't care how it comes, man. So yeah,
Yeah,
just give me the win, man.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and what did you think of the lineup? Like, you know what I mean? And we'll get into and someone who I'm going to keep talking about is Pepe. We'll talk about that later on. But what did
Mm.
you think of the lineup? Did you think it was the best that we could have hoped for?
I looked at the lineup, and yeah, the only person that probably that I would have put on if it was available that didn't make it was Tomiyasu over Cedric. But we understand why Cedric didn't make it. Salute to you, Jez. We understand why Cedric didn't make it. I mean, why Tomiyasu didn't make it. So um, and there's not much. There's not much you could have. There's not much you could have done. You know, on the lineup. There's not maybe
Mm,
Pepe, but again, who would you have dropped Pepe for? Because maybe make a case for Saka, but if Saka had been playing, we hadn't played a game for so long, so I can't say, oh yeah, you're overplaying Saka now. Saka should get a rest and Pepe should come on. So because
yeah.
he's had a couple of weeks rest, so it's kind of a big up Craig Molle. Salute to you, Maji.
One.
Um, yeah, man. So I was happy with the lineup. From what we had available to what he picked, I didn't
Yeah.
have much of a complaint about it. There's no complaint. You just gotta be real and say, you know what, fair play on the lineup.
Like the only thing that I'm shitting it about is that Suarez, we're very short at right back, and it was a position that I was sort of thinking to myself, we need to, like in the January transfer window, we needed another backup.
Mm.
We all know we need a midfielder, and we need fucking
We
Lorry
needed a
Lowe.
lot. We needed a lot of things.
Yeah,
We got
you
fuck
know,
all.
you know, and like even if we get if like if Suarez gets injured or suspended or anything like that, we're
Mm,
talking then you're pushing Ben White out to the right hand side, and then
mm.
that leaves you're putting Rob Holding in the centre. I don't feel too comfortable with that. How do you think? Or what would you do if we get weak at the right back?
Um, I mean, say something happened with Suarez now. It'd have to happen exactly how you said it. Ben White would have to shift unless we go free at the back, where you can then use Saka as a wing back and drop Saka towards because he's played there before, and we know he's still just as effective going forward or playing as a right winger as
Mm,
playing as a wing back. So I'll just go free at the back. I'll go free at the back with Ben White, Gabriel, and Holding. Use Saka as a wing back and Tierney on the other side, and go like that. Just do a 3-4-3, and see what shakes out. So that's probably the only other way that I would have gone, and it would just be a temporary situation, obviously. But yeah, I'd prefer, rather than go with the back four of Ben White going out there, I'll just go with the back three and use Saka and Tierney as wing backs.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Like, and like the thing about this manager that drives me mad, okay? And I always say it, I'm only a
Mm.
fucking idiot in Dublin. I'm a clown. I know nothing about
we,
football. You
we
know what
we
I mean?
all are. We don't know fuck all. We
Look, I
all are.
didn't want to
I'm
say
in
it
the
to
boat with
you.
you, man.
No, I didn't want to say it to you or any guest that I have on. I just talk about myself, But
Man, I
like,
know my place. We all are. I ain't earning
yeah,
6 million a year. Ease.
you know. But we all know that the sort of starting 11 that he's going to do, nothing's going to surprise us, And
Yeah.
what you said there, like that formation, that's like, yeah, like that can work, Another manager, like they'll be training all week, will say he's going to play. There's the back four he's going to have. He's going to have two in the centre midfield, and he's going to have the three and the one up front. We all know that, but shake it up a bit, do something different, like you know what I mean. But it just
Mm.
seems that he has one gear and one gear only, and we're not going to see that. Um, what did you make of? Were you happy with the midfield, like with Xhaka and Partey?
Um, I mean, I, all right. I'm gonna be honest here. I said it. I said it when big up Jaminio. I said it when Shaka got the red card in that game, right? I said it then. As soon as Shaka's fit and available, he'll walk straight in. But obviously, this is before the window ended, right? So I was expecting us to do some business, get a couple midfielders in, maybe somebody that's at least for me was always going to replace Shaka, somebody that's good. I wanted to upgrade on Shaka in January window. I didn't even care if we didn't get a striker, but I
Yeah,
wanted to upgrade on Shaka. That would have done my window. I would have been happy with that if we got an upgrade on Shaka. If that's all they did, and I said, you know what, hold on, we can't get the proper striker, but we've brought in an upgrade on Shaka because of that we all know what he does. You know what I mean? He did his
yeah,
best to get himself sent off in that game. You know what I mean? Martinelli was just unlucky. It's like Shaka was begging to get sent. I don't know what's wrong with that guy. So you can't rely on him. He's so unreliable.
mm,
Yeah, he got through the 90 minutes, and I was saying at halftime on the watch along that we did, I was saying that if I was Bruno Lage, I'll be telling my players to just focus on Partey and Shaka. See
yeah,
which one of them you
100%.
can get sent off. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'll just put man on those two and see if you can get one of them to make a mistake. And the player that's more likely, as we've seen with his track record, his history, is to buy on to buy on that sort of tactic. Is Shaka.
Yeah.
Shaka, and he did exactly that. The ref just didn't give it because he did all he could to get himself sent off. It just didn't happen. So for me, I would have preferred an upgrade on Shaka. We don't have
And
that upgrade on Shaka in the team. That's the problem we have. If we still had Maitland-Niles, then maybe I would have said, you know what, chuck him in there with Partey and see.
yeah,
Let's see how let's see how things turn out. But Sambi's too. It's not that long in the tooth, if you know what I mean,
yeah.
to really take on to really take
He's
on
still,
that challenge. So
he's still learning the English game. Like you can't really like he's been thrown in at the deep end, and it's not fair on him. You know what I mean? Like he's still only a young player. It's
yeah,
it's just
I
not
mean,
fair.
this is his
Like
first season, so
like
it'll be
I
difficult.
just think like yeah, like if the club said to Arteta, if I was Arteta, okay, and the club turn around to me and say, "Look, mate, we're not giving you any money. You have to cut the squad. That's it, and that's your January transfer window." Okay, I want Torreira or Guendouzi back then, because don't tell me, oh, you can't do that. You can. You see it a lot of times. I think Eddie Nketiah was brought back early from his loan at Leeds. Just say cut the contract. If we owe them a few quid, or if there's anything that, put it into it because I want my player back. I'm short in midfield. Xhaka could get another suspension between now and the end of the season. That's not going to be unnatural, not normal, like, you know. So then
Who
we'll
will be
have to
surprised?
then. Exactly, no one would be, you know. And as you said, he tried to do it on the Wolves game. We'll talk about that in a minute. But, like, you know, the manager sort of needs to step up a bit and sort of say this sort of stuff, like to have the balls to say it to the board and whoever's in charge here. Because let's say in the January transfer window, we all knew that, like, I 100% agree with you. I was looking for a striker. That was my sort of main priority. But I do agree with you. We 100% need another midfielder because I do not like Xhaka. And it's that simple. Because I don't trust him. He's not a leader. He's a loose cannon. You don't know what he's going to do in the penalty area. Every time I see him in the penalty area, I've like, you know, my heart goes into my mouth, you know. But who would you go for in the summer now? Let's say now if Roma came back in and swooped them away, who would your ideal partner for Party?
Mm.
Can
You
I
know
say
what?
for?
Yeah, go on.
I think Bizuma. I just think him and Party would be
Bissouma,
unbelievable. Right.
Bissouma's good. Bissouma's good.
Mm.
And I agree with you in the thinking of Bissouma, because I would have loved. I want to go for a player in the league, and the guy
Yeah.
that we just played against, that run his mouth against. Well, he didn't even run his mouth. He told the truth
Yeah.
about the way we celebrated. Ruben Neves. That's who I'd go and get.
Yeah.
If you know, if I was to grab a player to go with Partey, a player that's already been in the league, that's, you know, that knows what our league is about, how intense, you know, how intense the league can get, the speed of the league, um, and the physicality of the league. And Ruben Neves understands all of that stuff. So does Bissouma, by the way. So I
Yeah.
think those two are very, very viable candidates. If we're being really, really serious, and a
Yeah.
serious club would go for both of them. A serious
Yeah.
club, you know,
Yeah.
a serious club would go for both of them. You
Mm.
know, and try your luck with both of them, and you know, there's no reason. Just look at Man City and look at the embarrassment of riches they have, and I know we're not them. We're not on money levels. We're not them. Even attracting players, we're falling way. Like, look at January. Players are turning us down left, right, and center. They don't want to play.
Yeah.
I don't think they want to play with this manager here. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Players are turning
You
us
don't
down
play.
left, right, and center. So we're losing that little bit of panache that you go and try and grab a player and you can't get him. But you know, for a team like City to have Bernardo Silva, have De Bruyne, have Gundogan there, just look at the array of midfielders that they've got, right? So that's what I'm saying. A serious club would go after a Bissouma and Ruben Neves in the same window and try and get both of them to make a statement and show that you're serious. So is the ambition, it's just where the ambition of the club lies. But for me, if I was to choose between those two, it would definitely be Bissouma. But Ruben Neves is definitely right up there
Yeah,
in terms of
you won't be
midfielders
too upset. Yeah, you won't be too
that
upset if
will
we
go
got. I'm just going to read one or two of these comments there. I wanted a quality player who's an upgrade on Xhaka, not someone like Salibas who constantly makes mistakes. And I thought we'd signed him. I'm glad we didn't. Xhaka likes to see red to prove that London is red. Yeah.
No, we don't need him proving that, man.
Yeah.
We let our cabinet we let our cabinet do that talking for us, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
yeah, I see what
Yeah.
you're saying there, man. Serious.
100%. But Xhaka has the most mistakes leading to goals in the Premier League since he joined Arsenal. Like that just says it all there. Like why do people want this fella in midfield? Like why does Arteta, what does he see in him? You know what I mean? It's just like, why would you want it? Especially even in big games, you know, like your Man Cities, even they're coming up to your Spurs game and stuff like that. Like, he's a liability, especially because he builds himself up on playing on the world stage here because there's loads of people looking at this match, and then he sees red and he does something stupid and gets sent off. And I was only saying that on the Jez last night. Like, nothing has been said to him as in, you fucking idiot, why did you get sent off? Like, nothing like that. Nothing has. Because like he's getting away with it, and he's so arrogant that he's getting away with it. He's just there going, I can do this if I want. Like, they gave me a pay rise in the summertime. You know what I mean? I was the same last year as I am today. He's laughing. And, it's just, I'm just looking at this here, and a great shout. James Ward-Prowse, whatever you call it. He's a good player, and I just think it's Arsenal's snobbery or something like that say, oh, we're not going to Southampton to get James Ward-Prowse. We need to go here. And I think it's the same with Basuma. We're not going to Brighton. I think Arsenal need to get over themselves now.
And I think with that one there, when you look at the age profile of the players that we've been signing, I think Ward-Prowse is way out of that age bracket. He's a good player, and I rate him a lot. I like Ward-Prowse. I think he's one of the best set piece takers in the league, and we ain't even got enough for that in our team. We need proper set piece takers. When Ward-Prowse is on the ball to take set pieces, I'm shitting myself because he is that dangerous on the ball. But it's just the age profile, and when you look at the trajectory of the age of the players that we've been signing, I think is quite a few years out of the big up Static. I think he's, he just takes him a little bit away out of that age bracket, out of that age bracket. But wonderful player, James Ward-Prowse. I like him a lot.
Yeah, his free kick taking is unbelievable, man. It's like
ridiculous.
Like I think I watch on YouTube a few, like there's someone had together his free kicks that he takes. He's fucking unreal, like, and he's so underrated. To be honest,
underrated. He's so underrated. People do not know the work and do you want to know how good this guy is? And he's a good player that Jaminho's brought up here. Go and look at his disciplinary record for how much he gets around on the pitch. For a player that plays in the position that he plays, he hardly sees a yellow. And he plays in one of the most combative areas in the pitch where you pick up cards left, right, and center. So it'd be nice to also go for a player, that thinks about the disciplinary side of the game, without putting all kind of pressure on his teammates for getting sent off every 2 minutes.
Yeah, and look, he has the discipline, and that's down to him and as well the manager. And fair play to Hasselhouten, he's doing a good job at Southampton. It wasn't easy when he took over, but I'll tell you, he's doing really well.
He's been on the end of a couple of rough results as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
the 9-0 and the 7-0, but they stuck with him. Fair play to Southampton owners.
We're gonna kick this fella in here now.
Hey boys.
Static, what's the story?
Hey boys.
How you doing, my G? Good?
Yeah, I'm good, boys. Sorry I'm late.
No, you're
late.
fine.
This is greatness.
Cool. You're looking cool. Fresh.
Yeah, man.
Fresh on the Saturday morning.
Sorry about my camera, boys. Just trying to fix it.
You're fine. So
I'm literally on my phone as I'm doing it.
Yeah, fair play. Look, any means possible, Thanks a million for coming on. And
thank you for having me.
Just saying there, I was just saying to Ola, and we'll sort of get your take on it. What did you think of the lineup? Were you happy with the lineup for the Wolves game, or what do you make?
Good question. To be honest, I didn't really have too much complaints about it. Maybe I'm trying to remember the lineups. It was literally a day or two ago now.
No, I know Cedric or Suarez was on right back, and then we had Gabriel, Benjamin in the middle, and on left you had Tierney. Then in the midfield we had Xhaka and Partey. Then we had Martinelli, Odegaard, Saka, and then Lacazette up front. Even Odegaard, what do you make of him? Were you happy we actually went and signed them, or what's the story?
No, I never wanted him in the first place. I was never happy with him. Adrian, can I just say, with the lineup, I probably would have started Smith Rowe instead of Odegaard, based on his current form.
Put him in the middle, or would you have him out on the wing? Or
I put him as a cam, to be honest.
Yeah. You will it's like we were only saying in the watch along, me Northside and Josh, how about just sticking Martinelli up front? Bring
that too.
Change.
I'd be happy with that. I would have, if I was if I was, I'll go with the same lineup, but I probably would have started Martinelli instead of Lacazette, and I would have played Smith Rowe instead of Odegaard.
And then the whole the red card, yellow card, fucking getting beat out. What do you make of that?
I was, in my honest opinion, it was definitely a red card. He deserved it, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been hearing a lot of. I mean, it's a great debate and everything. I'm not. Don't get the wrong idea. I'm not getting the wrong idea. It's just the last 24 to 48 hours, a lot of people have been debating about it. Like, is it a red card? Is it not red card? What Jez said, I think it was yesterday or something, but he said that it was two different passages of play. So, which I totally agree. So,
yeah.
Everyone's saying, "Oh, it's the same thing. It's the same passage, passage." So no, it's two completely different things.
Ola, what do you make of it?
Yeah, I said on the night. For me, it was a red. You know, taking the Arsenal bias out of it. I look at when I first saw it, I thought the second foul could have been a talking to, but then on the replay, I saw how aggressive Martinelli was with the push. You know, I mean, I've seen plenty of times where teams are breaking and you just hook them or you pull their shirt. It's a yellow card. To go in and push someone down with that sort of force when it's running towards our goal. You know, it's a run to create an attack. So it's a foul. It's a second yellow card. And the reason why it's two phases is because the ref, if you noticed, gave advantage. You could see he gave advantage, so he's acknowledged that a foul has just happened over there. I'm going to deal with it once Wolves is completed this second phase of play, because I've acknowledged, I've let you know you've committed a crime over there. Yeah, there's a crime scene back there that we got to go to. Yeah, and Martinelli didn't take heed, and he went on on the mat and pushed down the player. It's second yellow card. I'm sorry, but it's harsh. But you know,
I have to agree.
When you look at it, you know, it's a sending off. He's only got himself.
I when I first seen it, I was going mad at the referee, and I'll put my hands up. I made a mistake. I didn't really see the push. I was doing the watch along, and I was in between.
Unfortunately,
and watching it, and I didn't see the push. And then I did. Yeah, and
he swinged his arm at him.
Yeah, it was.
As soon as he made the throw in, I saw he swinged his arm at him. I was like, "Oh shit!" I thought he was going to swing his hand in his face. He was that close to the player.
He could have got a red for that. Like you're swinging an arm, like, you know what I mean?
I've seen reds happen. Red cards again for that.
Yeah, 100%. Like, you know, and look, he's only a young player. I don't mind young guys.
Oh yeah, we make no mistake, we're not killing him for it. You know what I mean? We're not killing him for it.
No way.
But in isolation on that decision itself, you can't. It's a red. It's harsh. I've never really seen it in the league before. And this is the thing with Arsenal. This type of shit only happens to us. We're the first that always we're the first to everything. Remember that goal where a player was on the line? We've never really seen it, and it got ruled off. And they said there had to be two players on the line for that goal to count. But it happened to us first because I hadn't seen it before. Everybody was confused. Like, what the hell's going on over here? And then the referee then had to come and explain that there's a rule. It's rare. It's so rare that this sort of thing happens. But once the keeper is out of the way, you need two players on the line for the goal to count. If there's one player there, it's counted as offside. It boggles the mind, but it always happens to us. We're always the first, and this one as well.
I'm not sorry, boys. I'm just laughing because that's what I've been hearing as well. The last 24 to 48 hours, all over social media, everyone's saying, "Oh, everyone's picking on Arsenal. Everyone's picking on Arsenal." I was like, "Oh, what about the other teams?" I was like, "Oh, it's part of life, everyone. It's just get over it. Come on." Just get over it.
I even think on with Ty, remember the time we played Bayern Munich or something like, or who was it? And he said it was raining or something like that. You're just like, that sums up Arsenal. Some Arsenal fans.
I remember the game as well. We lost at home to Watford in the league. I think was one of the FA Cup, I think. But yeah, Ty said it's been raining. It's been raining.
Oh yeah.
Big love to Ty, by the way. I actually like him. So.
Yeah. I know he's a good guy, But this one kills me. Craig, here what you're saying. It's Wenger's fault. He was the one who brought Xhaka in over Kante. Every time I hear the Xhaka Kante thing, it hurts me.
Yeah. All for a few million quid, boys.
And
we won't pay the extra £5 million. No, we can't do that. No.
Oh,
it's against the policy of Arsenal.
Come on, you know what I mean? It's just a joke. But anyway, we'll move on about the other part of the game that I thought was a bit. The goal. What did we think of the goal, lads?
Definitely a goal.
I'll let you go first, Static.
Oh, thank you, Ola. It was definitely a goal. The fact that I saw Lacazette just got ahead of the Wolves keeper, Jose Sa. And he actually got an assist because the ball came off the back of his heel, and then obviously Gabriel tapped it in. There was nothing wrong with it whatsoever. It was definitely a goal, 100%. I didn't see anything wrong with it, and I know I can understand Wolves fans were crying out for a free kick and it was a foul, and I can understand that. But the thing is, the goalkeeper reacted very late. Lacazette got in front of him, so how can that be a foul against Lacazette? It was definitely a goal.
Yeah, 100%. Ola, I
have no complaints about it.
Yeah, the goal was a belter for me, man, because like I said, I haven't seen one in ages. It only took 41 days. So for me, that was a belter, mate. I was enjoying it. I like the goal.
Gabriel was moving like a penguin.
Penguino!
I had to bring that up. I'm sorry.
That's a good one, man. Penguino settings, man. Like, that was a free hit, man. That goal there, what I mean?
But free hit the goal, please. Free hit the goal.
Oh shit! Big up the rats, man. Salute to the rats, them. You see me? Look, it's one of those that you can't turn your nose at a goal like that. I don't care how you feel. When you ain't seen a goal for as long as we ain't seen a goal, that one there looks good. I'll take it. I'll take it all day long.
Yeah. I was even afraid to celebrate the bleeding goal. I was just there thinking, don't need to celebrate it.
I knew straight away, boys, I knew straight away it was a goal, but I didn't understand why VAR sort of checked it, and then there was that. I understand the goalkeeper was injured, but I think VAR was trying to check if it was a goal or potential foul, but there was no need for VAR. Sometimes I don't understand why VAR has to check everything, Just if the referee already
supposed to be involved. Can I just say, when it's clear enough, sir? When it's clear enough.
Sorry, boys. I was just going to say, I saw the referee as soon as he signalled it was a goal. I knew straight away it was a goal. That's why I was like, yeah, I can understand. But then, obviously, the goalkeeper was injured, so I understand the delay and everything. But I just didn't understand why VAR had to check to see if it was a goal as well. Because I could see we were waiting for about 5 minutes. I mean, we waited for the goalkeeper to see if he was okay, and then we waited for another 2 or 3 minutes to check. And then it was a goal. I was like, I already knew it was a goal. I was like, anyway, carry on, boys.
Ollie, you go ahead there.
Yeah, I was just going to say, they're only supposed to be checking stuff that's clear and obvious. But nowadays...
But now it's goals. Goals now.
And nowadays, when you see them checking goals, they check for offside, they check for handball, they check for any fouls. I mean, they're only supposed to check for one thing, and they start checking all sorts of things till they find a foul that happened in the midfield to find a reason to disallow the goal. And that's kind of what they've been doing lately. It's like they're just learning on the fly. These guys in at Stockley Park, man. I don't know what they're doing, man. They're making their rules as they go along.
Yeah, meanwhile, they're enjoying their burgers and chips, boys.
Well, on that, with VAR, do you think it's working? Or would you like to see that?
I don't mind it, but for every decision, I'm not impressed whatsoever.
Yeah.
For every single decision. Just stop disrupting the flow of the game, please. Just, we all grew up watching and playing football. I'm sure some of us have played football, but we all grew up just continuing with the game as it is, and, just never disrupting the flow of the game unless it's absolutely necessary. But just for everything, it has to be an absolute necessity. to stop the game. It's just no. And that's why I hear fans every time. Obviously, I haven't been to a game in years to Arsenal. I haven't been to a Arsenal home game or away game for years. But even just watching on TV, I can hear the fans always getting frustrated. It's like, why you keep stopping the game? You know, it's like, come on. But I'm not a fan of VAR. Can't even say it. VAR. I'm not a fan of it constantly stopping every minute. Literally, that's what it's getting to now. It's too disruptive, boys.
I agree with you 100%. It's the way of the world now. I remember Wenger saying that there's going to be a time where this technology is going to be picking subs off the bench for us. You know, and you know, where the technology is going to be picking up subs off the bench for us. You know, and technology is taking over every game now. And like you said, it's disrupting it. You want some of the real authentic factors of the game to still remain in the game.
Yeah.
But the way it's going right now, the game is getting taken away a lot of the human element. You know, in what makes decision, what makes football what football is. The football that like you said, we grew up enjoying and following all of our lives. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and right, I'm going to go back to the game, and one thing that's sort of driving me mad as well lately.
Del Boy, sorry to interrupt.
Sorry
to interrupt, Del Boy. What were your thoughts on VAR?
Yeah, well, I just think if they're going to keep it, I think it should be down to, let's say, the manager gets 2 or 3 calls per half or per game or something like that. So, at least it's there for an option for the manager of the team. If he thinks it's a foul or something, he can say, right, I want the referee to check that, please. And, I think it'd work much better because I don't like the fact now of, let's say, even celebrating a goal and next thing, no, it's disallowed.
I hate that. I hate that so much.
I just think it's a bit frustrating, but look, I think they're not going to get rid of VAR and they're not going to do what I just said. I think it's good, but it may work better, it may not. I don't know. Just on the game as well, then with Eddie, Ola, I'll go to you first. Why is this guy? I know he's leaving in the summer, but why is he still playing?
I think Ola knows about my reaction.
Oh yeah, I'll come to you in a minute.
Yeah, I'll wait.
I mean, I was expecting Pepe to come on. Then I saw Eddie, and I said to myself, how is this guy? Look, I see from what I can make of it. This is Arteta trying to convince him to sign. Why, I don't know. But that's what I can make of it from what I'm seeing and why he's getting game time. And then I see Eddie, with 89th minute, 90th minute, something like that.
The 81st minute.
He's running towards the corner flag. And he crosses the ball to no one and gives them the ball. Take the ball to the corner flag, blood. And just wait there. Like, what are you doing? And these are the things that drive me nuts about the lad. Sometimes his scores goes off for instinct and stuff like that. Yeah, but you still need a general footballing IQ when you're on the football pitch. And Eddie don't have that. He don't have that in his gameplay. I don't see it. You know what I mean? And I was expecting Pepe to come on. They brought on Eddie. I don't know what Pepe has done to this manager. He's only part of the best 11 that just come back from AFCON. What's this guy got to do to get in the team?
Yeah, it's a disgrace. Static, go on, hit us up. What's the story? Please make sense of it.
I can't believe I saw Arteta grabbing him and pushing him to the side like he's nothing, like a ball boy. It's just the disrespect to him is it's incredible. I just when I saw it the first time, I was like, "What the F are you doing, Arteta?" I mean, you're trying to convince a player to stay. You're trying to get him to sign a new contract, but you're pushing him and you're shoving him to the side, like, "Oh, just get out of the way." I need to talk to the referee. Yeah, that's fine, but you can't do that to your players. It's just. Can you imagine if he was doing that to let's say David Luiz. David Luiz, like, what's wrong with you, man? Seriously,
Yeah.
do you know who I am?
Yeah,
It's just, it's just he's a bully. I just someone said it on Ligue 1's channel. I think I know who, but yeah, he's 100% a bully.
Yeah, I put that incident up actually on the watch along. I actually put that very incident up on the watch along. Why is he malhandling Nketiah like that? He's just about to come on the pitch. He's on the sideline, about to come on the pitch. And the man just he rushes in like a bull out of China shop and just dashes the man out of the way, yanks him out of the way, just to like, come on, bro. You know what I mean? He's a human being. Like, come on.
Like, he's just a fucking idiot. Like, you know what I mean? It's just
he's trying to drain his confidence as well, boys.
Yeah, it's panicking. He's panicking. He's there. Like, come on, what are you doing? Like, you know, and you're not doing what I'm telling you today. When he's just fucking you know, like, chill out, man. You know.
Yeah, let's just make the boy more nervous before he comes on, shall we, Arteta? Seriously.
He nearly broke Martinelli's legs. Remember, Martinelli was on the ground. Get up! You know, what the fuck are you doing? You know,
it's not as bad as Thomas Partey, and he was injured.
Yeah.
Like, those two incidents. Yeah,
but look,
and the Saka one when Saka was injured, I was like, no, you just keep going, and then 3 minutes later, he sits on the pitch and he can't play. I have to get off.
Yeah.
Can I ask you both a question?
Mm-hmm.
What do you make of, you know, the way we time wasting games and the consistency at which is happening? Because it's not just happened once, and we're talking as early as 60 minutes.
Like,
you go first, Del Boy. It's a tricky one.
Obviously, they're being told to do it, like, you know, and it's not the Arsenal way or anything like that, you know, and it is frustrating. Like, you know, I just think that
it's not quite true, boys. Del Boy, it's not quite true. We did that in the past when we won the league. The last time we won the league. Also used to do a little bit of time wasting. Not as much as now. Like, there was a little bit of time wasting, but it's nothing compared to right now.
What, from 60 minutes?
It's just like, I do, like, there is a time and a place to do it, you know. But yeah, fair enough. When we won the league, we did do it, but you can understand, like, you know, and you had the sort of control and the experienced players to do it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, what I'm saying is we didn't do it as much as right now this season. Yeah, since Arteta's come, he's done it like
even with now, like, I don't trust the likes of Xhaka at all in midfield to even sort of control a game and like go, okay, we're 1-0 up, let's delay the ball a bit, like, you know, play it a bit, just pass it around, like, you know, stuff like that. Control your head. You know, like, let's say what Vieira would have done, you know, in centre midfield. You're passing the ball. If there's not a gap there to go up front, look around, pass it back, relax. You know what I mean? Just see. I'd have confidence in them to do that. But with this team, the likes of Xhaka, I don't have. Imagine him just passing it to Odegaard. Odegaard's just all over the place. You know, there's no structure, and they're delaying it now because of that. I think. It's frustrating. It really, really annoys me because it's not the Arsenal way. You know what I mean?
Personally, boys, I absolutely hate time wasting. I've never been a fan of it myself. But if we were leading by, like, you know, 2 goals, 3 goals, 4 goals, then I guess you can do it just a little bit, you know. But just to do it whilst we're only leading by 1 goal, no. It's just I always feel uneasy. Like, call me old-fashioned, but when it comes to 1 goal leads, I always panic. Always.
Yeah.
Because especially with Arsenal, they have a habit of conceding late goals right at the end. I mean, you know, there's been times where we could have won the league a few more times after 2004, and we threw away 1 goal leads, and we ended up drawing the game, or even losing the game. So it's been like that for a long time, boys.
Remember William Gallas, and he threw his toys out of the pram in the centre midfield. Was that against Stoke? I think it was. Remember, he wouldn't leave the field, like, you know, and stuff like that. Yeah, you're right, 100%. Just read this comment out here. You're all taking this too serious. You all ever watch basketball? Even college basketball coaches rough up the players all the time. What do you have to say to that, Ola? Are we doing too light, too PC?
First, I don't watch basketball. I'm an MMA fan, but and look, for me, if the coach is trying to channel a level of aggression into the player, I've seen those things before. You know, where coaches are trying to wake the player up, like, you know what, go out there,
I've
give
actually
it
seen that in
all
basketball
of
as
that.
well, boys.
Yeah, so I don't mind
I
that,
don't know what he's talking about.
but get like just dashing the player out of the way for no reason, like what
And when he's
Arteta
injured.
was going to do had nothing to do with what Nketiah was there for. Them two had no bearing with each other. Just literally just for me, I just think it's an act of disrespect. It looked like it was disrespecting the player in my eyes. That's just what I got from it. And this is based on stuff that we've seen with us in the past, as you've mentioned with the Saka situation. We've seen it. It's like it's something new to us. But I still what he's saying. Like, look, coaches in other sports they probably do more to their players, but I don't watch it, so I don't know.
Like, I just want to say, like, with that, like, but we just don't in football. We just don't see other managers doing it. Like, you know, and look, come here. I love an out rough and I love a good tackle and stuff like that. And I've always played that way myself. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not a little, you know, get upset over someone giving me a good tackle and winning the ball. There's no problem with that. Like, I love Gaelic football and hurling, and they're really tough Irish sports. So, you know, I'm not getting upset with that. It's just we don't see other managers doing it to their players, and it just looks a bit bad for us. That's what I think. But look, I'm not going to get upset over it, you know. But that's just the way it is. I'm just. I'd say if another 5 minutes left, and then I have to just shoot off. But I'm just going to ask the two of you this question. Since
No, that's fine.
It was a good win, okay. I think it was a great win. And look, just by the few people that are in here, if you don't mind just liking and subscribe if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it, because there's more to come from my channel. And as well to Ola as well. Just want to, like, you know, subscribe to him if you're into MMA and stuff like that. The content that this guy is pulling out is unbelievable. So please go and follow him. His name is there. And Static, you're always a real one. You're always in everyone's channels. A big up to you, man.
He's always showing love, man.
You're not following on Instagram. What are you doing? Get on Instagram.
Mainly Twitter. Mainly
you're on Twitter as well. Just type in Static.
Mostly Twitter, but yeah.
My last question, okay. It was a good result. Look, I'm not gonna. It's 1-0 to the Arsenal. That's okay, you know. Can we make top 4? Ola.
I thought we were going to talk about the celebration first, but okay.
I don't even get me started. I just fucking got up for another hour with that, so I'll leave it as something simple.
So for it's possible, depending how the teams that's around us that's trying to get the same spot, depending how bad they do. I think it's going to be more reliant on how bad they are than how good we are, if that makes sense. And that's only because of the trend of the amount of goals we're scoring, and man, salute to QNTV, big up. So that's only going to be down to the teams that that's in and around us that want the same spot. But I think if those teams play to their potential, I'm thinking 6 for Arsenal, maybe even 7th, but I'm thinking 6.
Okay. Ola, or sorry, Static, sorry.
Look, anything's possible, but I still predict Arsenal will finish 8th at the end of the season. But look, listen, every week it seems to change. Like, everyone's drawing or losing, and then we're winning, and then drawing and losing. So it all depends on Arsenal's consistency, you know? Like, yeah, I'm happy we won. Of course I am. But I want Arsenal to keep this up. We got to... When was the last time we won 12, 13 consecutive games? And that was... Actually, I can remember when we won the league.
Yeah.
So I'm not... Until I see Arsenal start winning, like, 10, 11, 12 consecutive games, I'm not saying anything until it's official. But look, anything's possible. But like I said, I just want Arsenal just to keep winning. That's all I ask for them, And you never know. Like,
it's just, for me, top 4. If we if we had signed 1 or 2 players in the January transfer window, I would have said, right, okay, maybe there's a chance there we can get top 4 because we've cover and stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah.
But we just don't have it. And I can see us, and I'm not trying to be negative or anything like that. There's going to be another sending off. There's going to be a player suspended. There's going to be players getting injured. It happens every club. Yeah. It's how we deal with it. If we get an injury, as I say, to a right back position, or a long-term injury to Partey or someone like that in midfield, or Xhaka, we're left then with the likes of Partey and Sambi Lokonga in midfield, and that doesn't fill me with security, if you know what I mean.
We're definitely. Can I just say we're definitely living on the edge?
Yeah. Well, see, this is the thing. We really
Injuries,
are.
Suspensions.
Yeah.
We're living on the edge, boys, week by week.
It is unfortunately, and I don't know what the club were thinking at the time, because as I said last week, Bournemouth were a prime example. Now they're in second in the Championship. They went and they signed all the players because they knew they're in touching distance of getting automatic promotion. Mm-hmm. And we're in the same case. We're not going to win the league, but if you as a club want to get into the Champions League, get these 1 or 2 players to push us over the line to get in. We've 2-3 games in hand over our rivals, let's say. Even if we win our 2 games in hand, I think we're 2 points behind Chelsea. In tours. And all it is to get in a run. But look, we're Arsenal. We didn't sign the players, and this is where we are at the minute. I don't think we're going to get there. I keep saying Conference League, Europa, which I don't want to be at all. You know what I mean? But
I do.
Look, I think that's it.
I want a European trophy, boys. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because boys, when it comes to we as Arsenal fans cannot be so picky with competitions that we participate in, and we can't pick and choose what competitions we participate in as well. Just look, to me, any trophy that's available, we've got to go there and win it. Of course, I don't want to qualify for the Europa Conference League, but if it happens, then it happens.
If you win it, you better make a move to go and get it done.
Yeah, if it happens, I still want Arsenal to go all the way to in the competition and win it. I expect them to win it, but I hope it doesn't happen. Obviously.
Yeah. Good. I think this is a good way to end up the show.
Cheers.
Good show, guys. Got to go and pick the grandson up. Yeah, good man, Jez. Thanks for tuning in, mate. And thanks to everyone for tuning in and the like, subscribe. And as I said, look, guys,
big love to everyone.
Not only me, but subscribe to Ola Fight Weekly. And I'll put there's his channel name there, the Fight Weekly Show. Subscribe to that. If you're into mixed martial arts, boxing, anything like that, that's the show you need to tune into.
Thank you very much.
Ola, what do you have coming up, mate?
We got a watch along tonight, 3 a.m. for the Israel Adesanya versus Robert Whittaker. It's a pay-per-view event, and they're gonna be duking it out tonight. Somebody's getting knocked the fuck out, and come and watch with us. I'm gonna be drinking my proper 12 on there. So if you want to enjoy some violence, some controlled violence, beautiful violence. Come and fuck with us, man, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I fucking love that controlled violence. Oh, that's brilliant. And you know what I tell you, I'm having a few friends over, to the house, and they might be in the bar as well later on. So I think about 3 o'clock I could be in. So if you see any weird comments from me, I'm just pissed drunk. Don't worry, man. Don't worry,
man. We're all gonna be in it together, man.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have anything coming up, or what's the story? Do you want to shout out anything?
Not really. Well, no. If you want to follow me on Twitter, not Instagram, not really using it much anymore these days, but on Twitter, just follow me, static_5.
Great. No, that's great. And look, lads, please show the love, everyone. And thanks a million for doing the comments and stuff like that. I have to just shoot off, and that's why I have to cut the show short.
That's right. Thank you for having me on. Sorry if I was late as well.
No, you're fine. You're fine. It's just I have to go and coach my son's football team. So I'm like, Jurgen, everyone says I look like Pochettino, but I actually act like Jurgen Klopp on the line.
By the
You know
way,
what?
well done. Well done. Well done last night for winning for PSG, Pochettino.
Oh, yeah. Well,
So I had to say that.
You know, I've done the stream with Jez and I've shot over to Paris, you know, and just done the job, you know. Look, guys, you've been real ones. Thanks a million for coming on, you know.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. Big up
Good
to
luck to you,
everyone.
Ola, Del Boy.
Have a good day. Arteta out.